Alright guys, here we go. I hope you're ready for a beautiful, beautiful match. I have to imagine that this is a challenging matchup for Ganondorf. Although it's worth noting that Greninja is a character that can certainly struggle to edgeguard Ganon effectively, which, despite those strong combos, if Leo isn't able to get those edgeguards and or get combo confirms into up smash, he could actually struggle to kill Rickles, which is just one of the saving graces that Ganon has going for him in this matchup. He's gonna need to just push those advantages and just live as long as possible consistently. Also of critical importance, we'll be making sure to SDI a lot of those aerials, especially up air, so that, oh Jesus Christ, so that you'll be able to tech off of falling up air and things like that. Rickles with a fantastic roll read on up smash. Notice how he specifically turned it around. That indicates that he was specifically expecting something like that instead, which made all the difference in the world. Oh, it still says start versus yes? Oh, my apologies, I forgot to fix that. I guess I got sidetracked. Alright, fixing that now. Rickles, though, is just playing like a madman. Just today in general, he's been playing so good. He had the read, but he just didn't quite have it timed properly. Night Fury, you must have been gifted a sub. Welcome to the Bunny Legion, my dude. Either way, is that a kill? Oh my god. I might hire someone dedicated to running scores and things like that next time, Ganondorf. Slowly but surely, more and more will come together. Either way, Rickles is just taking so much damage. I want to say that was like a solid 40 off of just a really random neutral win of all things. Rickles going for the kill there with down tilt, but fun fact about down tilt, it has a pretty doo-doo knockback angle. It's kind of like Power Geyser, where the move seems a lot stronger than it really is in some ways, where if you DI it properly, you can actually live significantly longer than you would expect at a glance, which is kind of funny. Except obviously it's not as strong as Power Geyser, but it has a similar knockback angle, which causes similar phenomena. Rickles is shooting for the absolute moon and beyond with that up tilt call out. He's probably hoping that Leo would specifically go for something a little more traditional as far as landing options go. Leo is smart to just stay patient, push that forward. That should be it. Oh wow, he's thick. This is what Ganon has going for him. Alright, not that thick though. Either way, well done MkLeo clutching out a nail biter of her first game from these two. Alright. I have to wonder what kind of counter picks we can realistically expect from him this time. Maybe... Bye! Yep, this is best of 5. All top 8 is best of 5, as it turns out. Alright, here we go. Alright, so we're gonna have Sharp versus Hungrybox, one of the losers' top 8 matches. That's actually going on right now instead of waiting for it like planned. Just thought you guys should know that Hungrybox has his Domix tourney pool at 10 p.m., which is 43 minutes from now. So because of this, to you know, show some courtesy, we're gonna be running his bracket as fast as we can. So you guys are sadly gonna miss out on some H-Box that you would have seen otherwise, but I'm sure he'll be in the next one, and it's not so bad, you know? Right now, though, Leo is just showing some great adaptation from that first game and how he's specifically negotiating neutral around a lot of the threat ranges that Rickles is representing with a lot of his oddly timed pressure. That's the best way of describing how Rickles moves in general. I would call his speed very disorienting. It's like he moves in a way to where it's a lot slower than you think. He just stands there a lot. He plays almost like the immovable object versus the immovable shield versus the unstoppable object stereotype, except it's a Ganon playing like that, where he doesn't really make movements that he absolutely doesn't have to. He's just very particular in how he positions everything, but Leo is using that to just gain that much more stage control and make it harder for him to move forward effectively. Unstoppable force versus immovable object. I knew I was butchering the terminology, but I couldn't quite remember what it was specifically. Thank you for the reminder, Bunny. I appreciate it. Alright, game 3. Rickles has got to do something if he's going to turn this around. Game 1 was pretty close. Game 2, however, is where the adaptation of MkLeo combined with a strong matchup is just creating an increasingly challenging obstacle for Rickles to cover. We'll have to see, though, if he can really make something happen. It starts with an opening like that. Calling out the neutral get-up with down air just facilitates incredible damage output. From that almost. Excellent call out. Leo is getting a little too comfortable just doing regular neutral get-ups on a lot of these flame choke cover-ups. One of the reasons why you might see a higher level player do that is because calling that out requires a more specific timing read than rolling to any given direction. So because of that, he's effectively forcing you to call out a much more specific timing and option. And just like that, the first time in a while that happened, deep, profound sadness. Well, I guess I'll just talk about other things in the matchup in the meantime. So, essentially, one thing that makes a pretty big difference as well is if you are going to be doing rolls out of Flame Choke, there's actually a lot of value in missing a tech on purpose against someone who's specifically expecting delayed options, and then doing things like that instead. It's kind of similar to how, if any of you watch Melee, one thing that's very common in that game against someone like Wizrope who does a lot of reaction tech chasing is some people will miss techs and other things on purpose just to screw up the timing. Because that kind of gameplay is so specifically contingent on highly specific callouts that are based on you expecting something very particular and then reacting to it the moment you see it. And that game wasn't even that far ahead. How did Rickles win so fast? Rickles making some magic happen, reminding us that he's still got some hope in this set. He Ganon-sided Leo for the win. That sounds about right. He probably got like a really good read on whatever the second stock was, and then just Ganon-sided him. That sounds about right. Alright, here we go. Bless up. No more Fs in the chat this time. We're gonna get ourselves a beautiful set with beautiful gameplay. Kalos, interesting decision. Perhaps Leo chose this because he wanted both more space and a wall that would make recovering against the scariness that can be Ganon's offstage that much better. Walls in general are a great recovery asset for characters who are trying to recover against edge guarders that tend to be more linear in their approach. A character like Ganon is pretty linear in what he can cover off stage. It's just that the things he can cover, he does so well. But sometimes people forget that he still has to risk quite a lot to go after you in the first place. And that risk effectively is facilitated to a much greater degree when you have a wall that you can specifically rely on for riding up and teching against, and another manner of things that will just significantly enable that. Right now, though, Rickles just holding on, making sure that he's gonna force Leo to get callouts, like that specific forward air callout, reading his exact timing on neutral get up. Rickles has had an unfortunate tendency of pretty much always choosing his next options out of that situation at specific timings. It's kind of like after X amount of time has passed, he does a ledge option pretty consistently. Excellent of Leo to catch onto that and call it out with forward air. And speaking of callouts, we have not a habit, but a specific hard read. That was not an option that Leo has been representing much, which means that it's a specific read rather than something based on expectation. There's hedging your bets when someone is frequently representing an option, and then they're specifically reading something that they aren't representing, which is an entirely different level of read. Excellent frame trap on that forward tilt. He's just continuing to force Rickles off stage. And just like that, even after all of those frame traps, he was still able to just get one that would convert meaningfully into a kill and put Rickles into an even deeper hole. Perhaps the deepest one he's found himself in at game point. He's taking so much damage, but suddenly, a breath of life. He needs to push this to the absolute nth degree if he wants to clutch it out. And just like that, he probably expected Leo to come more specifically after him, and because of that, he went for an early up B, and early up Bs get, very frankly, annihilated by things like that, things like Hydro Pump, and other similar mechanisms that are specifically forcing that kind of interaction. Alright, either way, good stuff to MkLeo for progressing onwards to Winners Finals. And those of you who have enjoyed watching Rickles, he's not done yet. Rickles will be in Losers Quarters, and he will be playing the winner of Sharp versus Hungrybox. Which Hungrybox took game 1, by the way, if what the reporting is accurate and up to date. Now then, it is time for a different top 8 matchup. Are you guys ready for Epic Gabriel versus Yez, our second top 8 match of the night? Let me inform them real quick that they have all